The one thing that holds so many dog trainers back from being successful is feeling guilty about your prices. And it's something that affects a lot of dog trainers. And that's why in this video, I'm going to explain why you actually shouldn't feel guilty and why feeling guilty about your prices is actually preventing you from helping more people. And that's kind of tricky because the reason you feel guilty is because you want to help more people, but by feeling that way, you're actually preventing yourself from helping more people. But I'm not just going to tell you how you should feel, because when you tell someone, you shouldn't feel guilty, it doesn't work. None of us, when we're told how we should feel, really respond well to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a strategy that you can use that will actually eliminate the root cause of the guilt that you feel. And then I'm going to explain how you can actually help more people by not feeling guilty. But before I do that, if you want more free resources on this, more steps on how to make more money in less time as a dog trainer, just click on the link below and go to makeitasadogtrainer.com. And there'll be all kinds of amazing resources for you for free. So when it comes to the guilt, the main reason why dog trainers feel guilty is a lot of dog trainers got into the business because they want to help people. You want to help dogs. And by having really high prices, you feel that you're preventing a lot of people who need your help from accessing your services. And it's not a really good feeling to be there and there's these people, they need your help. And the only thing in the way of your help is that they just don't have a lot of money. So only wealthy people or rich people can afford you. And that might be good for you because your income is high, but you just feel bad about it because you're turning people away who you could really help only because they don't have a lot of money. And you'd feel awful if someone did that to you. If there was a service that you really needed and you were going to put in the work and only because you didn't have a lot of money, you couldn't access it, you wouldn't feel good either. So it's very understandable. But here's one thing that you can do that'll really help. And what we teach dog trainers is to give people options. So when you give people choices and they can pick something that they want based on their preferences, it kind of eliminates the guilt because along with your high priced options, you also have lower priced options that most people can afford. So basically, instead of charging by the hour, which, if you are charging by the hour, it's kind of a take it or leave it. They would have to pay your rates and it's a yes, no decision. The way I like to do it is to have programs. And when you have programs, for example, you could have three choices. Maybe large, medium, and small. The small program is just basically what your average client would need, like the bare minimum. So like if you, for example, if you teach commands, the minimum amount of commands that they would need for your average client to reach their goals, none of the extras. And that would be your lowest price program, one that most people can afford. Your large program is going to have all the bells and whistles. It's going to have all the extra features, the things that people want, things that they don't necessarily need, but things that will make the program faster, more convenient, give them more assurances that it'll work. And those are the extras, and that's in the large program. And that might be a lot of money. Your large program, it could be $5,000. But if someone picks it, you don't have to feel bad about it because it was their choice. They volunteered to give you their money for your service. And a lot of things in that large program were things they just wanted. They could have picked the small, but they made that decision to pick the large. So there's no reason to feel guilty because you just gave them options and choices and they picked what they wanted. So for your dog training programs, your small might be, a few $100s. It could be $800-900, something like that, something most people can afford. And that will eliminate that guilt that you have because you're not just giving them one option. So if someone doesn't have a lot of money, they could pick their small. But what you'll find is that people find a way to often pick your large because they really like the things that are in it. And that's one of the things I love about dog training programs compared to charging by the hour. Now, once you do things this way and you're making a lot more money, this is the thing that'll actually help you be able to help more people. And it reminds me of this dog trainer friend that I have. And he's one of the greatest people that I've ever met. He's so generous and he's always volunteering. He's helping veterans groups. He's volunteering at hospitals, like you name it. He's helping, children. And it's just amazing. And the reason he's able to do this is because he's a very successful dog trainer. So because of the income he makes, it allows him to have the time to do this volunteering and to help other people. So that's why if you're feeling bad about your prices and you're undercharging and you're not thriving as a dog trainer, you're able to actually help less people. When you're selling high-end programs that are in the thousands of dollars and somebody comes along and, your heart goes out to them and maybe they can't even afford your smallest program, but it's just someone you really, really want to help. If you're really successful, you have the privilege of being able to help that person, and it won't be at the expense of your livelihood and you being able to support your family. So the more successful you are, the more people you'll be able to help. So you're hurting yourself and hurting other people if you're undercharging. So if you want to help more people, I would focus on being more successful. If you want more information on how to create dog training programs like the way I'm describing, just go to makeitasadogtrainer.com, click on the link below, and there's a lot of great free resources for you.